Hi, and welcome to the e-commerce online class at Jacksonville State University with Dr. Michael Featherstone. Today, Michelle Foy, Wallace McCann, and Shayla Moore will be presenting a case study with the history of CEOs impacting the rise and fall of search. Imagine looking in a file drawer with 100,000 different files looking for the name Michael Featherstone. This would be great if it had some type of organization to it, perhaps by his last name or by the subject that he teaches or the university that he's at. What two former engineers graduate students of Stanford University discovered in their search that when they would go on the website and look for different information that they would find when they would log back out and try to log back in, that they would have a hard time finding that exact same page. So they quickly realized there was a need to organize the web, and so they started what they call Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web. Many of their classmates and students at the university quickly started using their search. The only problem came up is that they were college students and they lacked funding to really get their company to produce a profit. So someone hooked them up with Mark Martez, who was in Silicon Valley, California, who liked startup companies like these. And they told him that this company isn't really about technology. It's about solving people's basic needs for efficiency, effectiveness, and simplicity, per Jerry Yang. Today, we know his company as Yahoo! By the late 1990s, Yahoo had become a household name. Millions of people not only viewed Yahoo's website for search, they used it for the news and weather. By 2000, stock prices for Yahoo skyrocketed. They became the biggest search engine out there, leading their stock prices to an all-time high of $118 per share. Wow! Just as quickly as they rose comes their plunging fall. People recognize Yahoo search powered by Google. So they quickly bypassed Yahoo and went straight for Google. Yahoo had become the leader in the dot-com bubble, but the aftermath of the post-dot-com bubble, plummeting stock prices, investors who had begun pumping money into internet-based startup companies in hope that these fledgling companies would turn a profit, quickly realized that these companies were falling, like eBay, Amazon, and Pet.coms. Yahoo was one of the few dot-com companies who did survive, although their stock prices fell to an all-time low of $8.11. Why the game has changed? Well, major upsets. It's not normal for a company to go through 8 different CEOs within a 20-year time frame. The company, and it doesn't help that the company has also turned down several acquisitions, like to merge or be bought out by companies like Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. By going through so many CEOs in such a short time, they've lost a lot of valuable employees. Needless to say, what it's done for the morale of its players. This is why CEOs can't pitch the game. Although Tim Google served as one of the first CEOs from 1995 to 2001 when Yahoo was on the rise, but shortly after the dot-com bubble, he couldn't stand all the changes, and so he quickly stepped down and served as a board member for about 2 years before eventually moving on. Following him came Terry Somel from 2001 and 2006. He cost the company the opportunity to be acquired by Google and Facebook. So the company, they was quickly wanted to fire him, but instead they just offered him $1, and he decided to walk away from being the CEO for the company. Now here comes Jerry Yang, former CEO co-founder of the original company in 2007. So they felt that he was going to be their saving grace. Many of the stockholders thought that as well. However, rumor has it that he turned down the offer from Microsoft when Microsoft offered $44 billion to be acquired. He turned it down, felt like the company was worth $75 billion in a few years. Well, we're still waiting. And so he resigned, but he still wanted to keep the name Chief Yahoo. Imagine that. By 2009, Carol Bartz becomes the CEO. She didn't last long because she had a rude and uncanny ability and started out by firing people. And so she was very unpopular with the stockholders because of her attitude. And so they fired her directly over the telephone. And then rumor has it that she helped seal the deal with Microsoft when they acquired Bing. And so in the meantime, they had an interim CEO of Roy Bostock and Tim Morris. Next comes Scott Thompson. He lasted all but 130 days in 2012. He was fired he resigned or left the company because when he walked in, he immediately laid off or fired about 2,000 employees. So like they say, what goes around comes around, because it didn't take long for them to find out that he had embellished his academic records by stating that he had attended Stonehill College at a time and he had obtained a computer science degree. Well, that was also at a time when they didn't even offer a computer science degree. Oops. Now comes the interim CEO that they had for a temporary time. Currently, Yahoo is being run by the company CEO Marissa Mayer, and she's been running the company since 2012. She has not built the best relationship between employees, management, and executives because she lacks the proper communications in the chain of commands going down as well as going up. So her position and how long she's going to stay with the companies is yet to be seen. Settling down but still on third base. Although CEO Marissa Mayer has made the company more efficient and has made a couple of good acquisitions like Tumblr and Brightroll, Mayer is still being scrutinized for letting the company stock prices drop by 30% just in 2015. So whether or not she stays or whether or not she goes is yet to be decided. However, the company has done some smooth transitions, and they still remain as one of the most popular sites on this planet. This concludes our presentation on the rise and fall of Yahoo CEOs. The fact remains that if Yahoo is to become the leading company over Google in terms of search, then it's going to take acquiring companies like AOL.com to be their saving grace. It's been our pleasure to serve you with this case study, and we look forward to many more in the near future. Have a good day.